IDAC head advocate Andrea Johnson returns to the witness stand at the Madlanga Commission this morning. So for more on this story, let's cross live now to SABC News Reporter Canny Maphanga. Canny, good morning. So yesterday, quite a tough day on the stand for Andrea Johnson, having to make several concessions, as it were, when pressed by the commissioners about Section 27, her understanding thereof, and of course, what triggered IDAC's investigation to go in the direction which it ultimately did.
Absolutely. Good morning to you, Sakina, and to the viewers at home. Class was definitely in session yesterday as Advocate Andrea Johnson was grilled extensively on her reasoning, or her logic rather, in the application of the law in terms of the Section 27 referral. Now, IDAC as a unit is confined by this particular statutory requirements in order for it to trigger an investigation. Already the evidence is pointing to what could have allegedly been an investigation that was triggered on the basis of just mere suspicions. No further investigation was taken to establish whether or not there was any grounds to support the claims or the suspicions MP Fadil Adams made in that referral affidavit in terms of Section 27 that would actually engage IDAC's jurisdiction. We did see that the reasoning for the Section 27B in terms of the test that Advocate Andrea Johnson applied in order to reach a threshold that would actually warrant her jurisdiction as IDAC to go ahead with the claims made by Fadil Adams. She did in her initial submission state that she had applied the subjective test, and then I think she changed the answer along the way to say that it was a bit of the subjective and the objective test, which then raised sharp criticisms from the Commission's bench, namely the Commission's chair, who said that this was basically Law 101, which a first-year student would be able to distinguish between the subjective as well as the objective test, which the latter being the reasonable test that should have been applied to Fadil Adams' statement. That particular approach or reasoning that was highlighted in that questioning of Advocate Andrea Johnson raises questions about the competency of the IDAC head and whether or not this is the approach or the reasoning that she has been applying to the various cases that she authorizes before the Madlanga Commission, or rather is this something that she knew as someone with over 30 years as a prosecutor, and is this just merely an abuse of power? We'll find out at 9:30 a.m. as the Commission continues to probe the IDAC's operational methods, and particularly Advocate Johnson's reasoning in terms of this particular case against Lieutenant General Dumsani Khumalo and others, which seemingly at the very least at this particular stage is pointing to an investigation and arrest that took place without any legal basis to do so. All that and more at 9:30 a.m.